And Sam is back with us. Morning, Sam.
Good morning, guys. Morning.
Morning, Sam.
Also, with Ben White, he might not be the next England centre back because he's not. Is he available for selection at the moment?
No, he's not.
Does he fancy it at the moment? We're not quite sure. Ben White playing for England.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't even fancy it, does he?
On the assumption that he was available. I've always thought it was a more natural position for him than fullback. But hey,
he does well at fullback, doesn't he? And him and Saka's
They've got a great understanding, don't they?
Saka's got that one where he comes towards him on the touchline and darts in field, and he rolls it in there for Saka, and they've got a telepathic understanding.
Back pages today. Arsenal-Liverpool was the big game yesterday, but a lot of the back pages actually leading with Erik ten Hag. Man United going to West Ham, losing 2-1 in controversial fashion, though. A late penalty for West Ham for a challenge from De Ligt on Danny Ings that was not given, then given on VAR. 10-pen balling is the headline on the back of the Sun. Erik ten Hag blasted West Ham's penalty winner as an injustice. Elsewhere, the Daily Mail, they say, how on earth was this a penalty? Ten Hag right to be angry, but United pay for fluffing chances. It's not fair. Ten Hag fumes. A soft penalty pushes him closer to sack. That's the back page of the Daily Mail. And one more for you. Back at the Times, their headline: Ten Hag fumes at VAR injustice. Dino, was it an injustice?
Yeah, but we've been heading this way for about 5 or 6 years. They're trying to make the game non-contact. They're trying their best. So, for me, supporters like tackles. They're like players closing down and making the opposition kick the ball out of play, and they're like goals. Well, he's taking tackles out the game. So what's De Ligt supposed to do there? Danny Ings is coming at him in the box. What's he supposed to get out the way and say, go on? It's contact sport. So they've collided, and it's never a penalty in my book. I don't know about you, Jeff.
That's not a penalty. The worst thing about it is, the penalties, the VAR is meant to get involved for clear and obvious mistakes. And when it was not a clear and obvious mistake, even when David Coote was told he got the monitor, he took 2 to 3 minutes looking at the same pictures. I mean, he needed to have a bit of bottle and stick by his own decision. But of course, he's got a senior referee in the VAR studio, in Michael Oliver. Michael Oliver should have kept his nose out. Because it wasn't clear and obvious. But if Steve the Gooner says here, Dino said it all went against Manchester United because they missed 6 chances, and then a penalty was awarded against them. Good teams don't miss 6 chances. And with a bunch, this is Steve the Gooner, by the way, not me, and with a bunch of egotistical clowns we have officiating in the Premier League at the moment, they're always likely to give a questionable decision to get their name in the headlines. Well, thank you, Steve. But this is one where Michael Oliver should have just kept his counsel, kept quiet.
Yeah, and in relation to the Man United comment there, Haaland missed 6 chances Saturday, so they all miss them, but I thought they were a bit unlucky. I'm trying to be impartial. I have a right go at Man United most of the time, but I thought at the weekend they were unlucky.
I thought their first half performance yesterday was some of the best football I've seen Man United play under Ten Hag in a long time. They played really good football. They cut West Ham open and they missed some absolute six. I mean, I know Dalot was the obvious one everyone's seen, but I was here doing a show yesterday, so we had the games up on the TV. They hit the post a couple of times. Fernandes missed a header from a couple of yards out, and they should have been 4-5 up at half time. And then, to be fair to Lopetegui, he made 3 changes at half time and it changed the game.
Let's not be too fair to Lopetegui, because frankly, I was staggered when I saw that West Ham team. They haven't got Mohamed Kudus in the side, and yet he still will not start Crescencio Somerville. It was absolutely beyond belief. He got out of jail because West Ham were useless in the first half. They could have been 4-0 down. And right now, today, instead of talking about Ten Hag, we'd have been talking about Julian Lopetegui's future at West Ham. So he got lucky.
You're not having Lopetegui?
I'm not having him. I'm not having him. It's nothing to do with me. Just so far, it hasn't worked for him. And I didn't get that team selection at all. Okay, you can say put it right in the second half, but only, it could have been too late to put it right. That's what I'm saying.
Sam, how are you not doing the cricket today?
Well, maybe later. Maybe
there's one every day, isn't there?
We have to wait 3 more days for England's next game of cricket. We now move on to the West Indies, and eight white ball games against the West Indies starts Thursday. Just in the papers, just touch on Chelsea beating Newcastle yesterday, also by 2-1. Palmer the difference for irresistible, erratic Chelsea. That's the Times headline. Cole has the sizzle that Newcastle simply lack. Just on Newcastle, guys, they're 12th in the table. No wins now in the Premier League in 5 games. Eddie Howe, when he arrived there, did such a good job, didn't he, in taking them from fighting relegation into the top 4. So you maybe just think, in the last year with Newcastle, that after the great work that Hal's done, that maybe perhaps he as the head coach has been let down a little bit by the people above him in terms of not giving him enough investment to really push on and continue to take the team forward?
Maybe.
Anyone got any sympathy for Hal in this room?
Maybe, but I don't know the reasons why they can't spend the money. Obviously, financial fair play's there, but I don't know the actual details of whether they backed him or not. But this is how fickle football management is. 10 days ago, I've counted back, 10 days ago, there was outrage because he never got interviewed for the England job. There was 10 people interviewed, remember? And he wasn't one of them. England manager. Today, we're talking about him getting sacked. 10 days later.
I tell you what, obviously financial fair play has stopped them investing what they would want to invest. But I look at that squad, Alexander Isak, Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, Jake Livramento, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton. Good squad. Underperforming for me at the moment.
This squad good enough, anyone here think, to push for the top 4 this season?
Well, they are, but they're not doing it. It's easy on paper saying it, but they're not doing it. And players, the best players in the world do it every season. Produce the 7 and 8 out of 10s every season. They've got a few players who are good one week, not so good the next week. And that's why they'll never play at the top level, some of them.
I thought they'd be top 4 at the start of the season, but you can't see them being top 4 the way things are at the moment.
You'd even just say Chelsea, the team they played yesterday, right? In terms of strength and depth, the options they've got much further ahead of where Newcastle are at, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Newcastle played okay yesterday, I'll be honest with you. I thought they played okay. Thought they responded well when they'd gone a goal behind, but at the end of the day, they've gone back home with nothing to show for it. And Cole Palmer. The pass.
That pass was ridiculous.
Oh.
He won't get an assist for that, Jeff. That's just not right.
There was 3, by the way. Palmer's was the best, but there was 3 unbelievable passes. Trent to Nunez, Ben White's to Saka for the goal, and Cole Palmer's. I think Palmer's was the best.
Yeah, such a good pass.
Interesting. Darren says here, VAR should take a leaf out of rugby. When a try is scored, the referee says to the TMO, "Is there any reason why I cannot award that try?" Just leave it to the on-field referee unless he asks for intervention, which is quite an interesting difference, a subtle difference, and might be the way forward. If the referee asks for help, asks for advice, then give him it.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.